Hello, and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. So, before I get into today's reading, one thing I would like to mention is I know there's times when I read longer passages, and there is a lot of material in those longer passages, and I'm skipping over a lot when I do my little talks. A lot of that is I'm just trying to choose something right there on the spot. I don't try to read these passages beforehand, so I pick something on the spot to talk about. But the other reason is if I were to sit and talk about a lot of the main, like in yesterday's video, if I were to sit and talk about a lot of those different points, it would have been a 30-minute to 1 hour long video, and I just don't want to have my videos that long yet. So, that being said, tonight's passage will be a bit of a shorter one. I'm going to read Matthew chapter 12, verses 33 through 37, with the English Standard Version. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For the tree is known by its fruit. You brood of vipers, how can you You brood of vipers, how can you speak good when you are evil? For out of the abundance of the heart of mouth speaks. The good person out of his good treasure brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Okay, this passage is a bit of a punch in the gut. Either you're good or you're evil. And Jesus points it straight, black and white. Now, are we as people going to be perfect? No, only Jesus was perfect. But that doesn't mean that we can't strive every day, as it said back in Matthew chapter 5. Strive every day. Be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. So, all of this being said, if you are good and you have a good treasure, you will bring forth good. If you are evil, your treasury is evil, you will bring forth evil. Actions speak louder than words in a lot of cases, but here Jesus says words also matter. The punch in the gut to me is on the day of judgment, every single careless word that we say, those that we think we are saying in private, we're not saying in private. God hears every single word we say. He hears all the times that we mumble under our breath angrily because we didn't like the way a conversation went, or a workplace decision. We didn't like how that went. So we mumble angrily under our breath. We say stuff that we don't want other people to hear. All of that stuff's going to be made known. That in and of itself should make us slow down and think before we speak. Now, what I find funny about this too is, let's back up a little bit. Jesus calls the Pharisees a brood of vipers. He had reason to do that, because they would always try to spit poison out and make themselves look good. They didn't want any negative attention on themselves, but they were trying to point out every tiny little wrong detail that everyone around them did. There are people today that do that exact same thing, that want to point out every wrong detail someone around them does to keep the negative attention off of themselves. Again, everything we say and everything we do will be made known on Judgment Day. If we want to be justified, we need to make sure our words and our actions show that we want to be justified. If we don't care, well, then that's an obvious choice. Do what you feel like you need to do, and you'll be condemned. Um, Jesus points it out black and white just like that. I see no gray area. There isn't a gray area. There is good. There is bad. That is it. But I don't want to be amongst the crowd that is called a brood of vipers. I want to be amongst the crowd that seeks to do what I can to glorify God. I want to make sure that the words that I say in public or in private glorify God. Now, I've failed in that a lot, but that doesn't mean I can't keep trying every day to do better than I did yesterday. And the same goes for everyone watching these videos. You can try today to do better than yesterday. Tomorrow, we'll worry about itself. Worry about today. And then if God blesses you with another day tomorrow, make sure tomorrow is better than today. I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.